had been talking about intentions for the last month with Reverend Kathy Ann, and I wanted to share my experience of my 2013 intentions work. So I went through the book, the lovely book, and I came up with my intentions for last year. And my intentions were to be the ideal body weight, healthy, relationship, and travel. Those were the biggest themes for me last year. And the weight was what I call a Baha'i, big, hairy, audacious intention. And I want to tell you what a Baha'i is. It's that intention in which you want so badly, but you have no idea how to get there. You have dealt with that hopelessness of this condition all your life and for generations. And for me, I was 130 pounds overweight. I was pre-diabetic, and I was this close to being on medication with my doctor. And you had to understand, this is family, obesity and diabetes, both grandmothers, my parents, generations. So I was feeling pretty hopeless about this. And to me, the relationship and the travel were all tied into this body image thing I had going. So in the book, you start writing things that you can do to get towards your intention. And I wrote down exercise. And I'm a social person, said I want to exercise with friends, go for walks. And it was amazing. People came out of the woodwork. Hey, Karen, want to do this class with me? Want to go for a walk? And in January and February of last year, I was like, people didn't know that was my intention, kept inviting me out to go. And I thought, oh my gosh, this intentions work works. And then in mid-February, I got very ill. I was exhausted, I was sick, and only thing I could do was go to work, go home and rest. And I was pretty hopeless at that point. I felt like I was going backwards. And every time I said, oh, body, we got to exercise, my body said, no, we are sitting here, we are resting. And I just had to sit there and do that. So I was in Inward Journey last year, amazing class. I highly recommend, Kathy Ann teaches it, and we had a retreat in March. And we had a process of where we got to die to a belief in something. And my belief that I wanted to die to was my belief in hopelessness. Because this had been going on for over a month of this exhaustion and feeling like I was getting nowhere. And when you have 30 amazing people support you in dying in a belief in something, God can't do anything but help. It's like I was at my wit's end, and I said, God, take this. So within a week of that experience, a long life friend of mine, who isn't a member of this church, called me, and she said, Karen, I love you very much, and I know you've struggled with your weight. I have met this woman named Kathleen, and Kathleen has had an incredible success and is on this program. Would you like to talk to her? So I said yes. And it took a couple of weeks. She's here. I'm so blessed. It took a couple of weeks to really, I kept texting her, kind of putting her off, and then that one Sunday I was on my couch, exhausted, and Kathleen called. And the beauty is, Kathleen told me her story, and her story was my story. Her struggles with this, her own self-image, and how what she did in her life to change that. And I felt like Kathleen lent me her hope. And I'm going to cry, Kathleen. But in Kathleen, ever since, as I said yes, and has been holding my hand every week. And so now I have lost close to 90 pounds. Thanks. I didn't lose anything, I just shed them. I not lost a thing. And I have reversed my diabetes. It's not even a thought. I don't even have the issue. Thanks. And the energy I have to walk now, I had realized in this process, I had made food my God. When I was sad, I was lonely and pain, I had gone to food, not to God. I was worshiping a false idol. And now that I let God in, it's like, oh, okay, it started to work. So then I started to think of my other intention of relationship, and I just had the thought, okay, my to-dos were do an online dating profile, go buy a book on dating. And then not long after just having the thought, I get a phone call from a woman I know in this congregation. I've known her for 4 years. And she said, Karen, I had a dream, and I'm so inspired. I needed to call you. Will you have dinner with me? So I said yes. And we've been dating for 6 months. Yeah, God. So I love the cheerleading going on out there. It's just awesome. So what was so beautiful, God said, not only am I going to send you a relationship that supports you in being the powerful spiritual woman that you are, I'm going to send you someone who has their own journey around their health and wants to walk with you and eat healthy and loves to travel. So Debbie, if you know Debbie, she is an international traveler, and she is going to show me and teach me how to travel. And we're going to Greece with CSL in September. So, yes, pretty amazing. And I have to say, I have to give a plug to hopelessness, because what I found was my association now is hopelessness now is this concept of being in the big game, and you have to score the winning touchdown in less than 1 minute, and you're on your own 5-yard line. You have no idea how to get through those big menacing defense quarter, whatever. I'm not a football person. You have to get through them and get to the end zone, and you have no idea. It's pretty hopeless feeling. All it is God's tapping you on the shoulder saying, let me in the game, coach. Let me take that ball. You have carried as far as humanly possible. You cannot do it. Let me. And not only will I deliver the winning touchdown, I will do it with grace. I will do it with ease. The outcome will be more beautiful than even your own imagination. Just say yes to me and give me the ball. So I said yes. So I didn't say this first service, but really football is, as you know, is not my thing. And it was a God thing to even use that metaphor. So I'm determined God's a Seahawks fan. And I feel really good about our chances next Sunday. So, yes, so thank you for these classes. Thank you for CSL. Thank you, Reverend Kathy Ann, for your incredible teachings. Thank you for my friends and family, to Kathleen, people in the world who had said yes to me, who heard when I started to put food back as my God and were there to remind me that God was the one I needed to go to. Thank you.